Notice Ephesians chapter 5, verses 25 to 27. Ephesians 5, 25 to 27. Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ also what? Also loved the church and gave himself for her. So the relationship between husband and wife is used to illustrate the relationship between Jesus Christ and his what? Church. Jesus is the husband and his church is the what? Is the bride. Notice 2 Corinthians 11 and verse 2. 2 Corinthians 11 verse 2. Here it's explicit. The Apostle Paul says, speaking about the Corinthian church, "For I am jealous for you with godly jealousy. For I have betrothed you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Christ." Let me ask you, was the early church, the earliest church, a pure church? It was most certainly a pure church. Was it in a proper covenant relationship with Jesus Christ? You can read the book Acts of the Apostles, folks. It was a pure church. It was a conquering church, represented by the white horse, going out conquering and to conquer. It instilled terror in the hearts of sinners because of the righteousness and holiness of those who belong to the church. But then something happened. Apostasy came into the church. Notice 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 3 and 4. By the way, this is talking about the Antichrist, and we're going to deal with the Antichrist later in this series. We're going to talk about the beast. Notice 2 Thessalonians 2, verses 3 and 4. It says, "Let no one deceive you by any means. For that day," that means the day of the coming of Jesus, "that day will not come unless the falling away comes first." The word, the expression falling away is one Greek word, and the word is apostasia, where we get our English word apostasy. In other words, Jesus will not come until the apostasy comes first. And the man of sin is revealed. What is sin? Remember this, transgression of the law. It's going to be a man who is going to say that it's okay to transgress the law of God. He's going to play games with the holy law of God. And it says, and the man of sin is revealed, the son of perdition. Do you know the only other person in the Bible who's called the son of perdition? Judas Iscariot. Was Judas an outsider? Was Judas some pagan that warred against Jesus Christ from outside? No! He even betrayed Jesus with a kiss. In other words, the Antichrist is not going to arise from without. He's going to arise from where? From within the church, just like with Israel. And it says in verse 4, notice what this Antichrist is going to do, who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called God or that is worshiped, so that he sits as God. Is he going to proclaim himself to be God? Absolutely. We're going to notice in the prophecy about the beast that he speaks blasphemies against God. And blasphemy is when an individual who is a mere man claims to be God. And so it says that he sits as God in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Do you know what the temple of God is? A lot of people today are looking to the Middle East. They say, oh, the Jewish temple has to be rebuilt. But every other place that the Apostle Paul uses that expression, temple of God, he's referring to the Christian church. For example, Ephesians 2, verses 19 to 21.